the pride that it infused in your city?
Yes, it did. First all-black team to win in the country anyway. They took us down.
Which was a big feat. I mean, you scoot over that, but I mean, I know you earned it and you were part of it.
I didn't know how big a feat it was then.
Okay.
We get on the fire trucks, we'd go downtown, and I guess the mayor's there, and they say hello. Then they'd take us back out to this black Northwestern Community Center. Well, I didn't know the difference, you know. Then later on, you hear that they felt that they didn't want us in town because they felt we would tear the city up. But that was this white-black thing, to be honest. I mean, that's all it really was. You know, other than the color of our skin, we were just like anyone else. We went to school, played ball, and fortunate for us, we won basketball games. And that put us in a category where they had to write about us. They had to say something good about us, you know, because our coach wouldn't let us do anything at all. I mean, he was great for an all-black high school in Indianapolis during those years. But our coach was great because he had been around whites, and we were not. And he knew what it took, you know. I mean, you know, you had to be a gentleman on the court at all times.
After you won the championship, you were depressed.
Yes.
It's hard to forgive them for this. I try, but I can't. We weren't savages. We were a group of civilized, intelligent young people who, through the grace of God, had happened to get together and win some basketball games. We just won the biggest game in the history of Indianapolis basketball. They took our innocence away from us. How can I forgive them for that? I eventually left the bonfire and the celebrating. Stretching out on the living room floor, I turned on the television. My dad stood behind me, not asking a question, but concerned. I said, Dad, they don't want us.
That's true.
And this is after the happiest moment of your childhood life.
It is, but you know, because the first time it happened, I wasn't aware of it, but I was the second time. You know, you just wonder. I mean, when you're black, I'm sure you understand the situation in America. You don't think you're different from anybody else.
No.
You do the same things they do. Sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do great things. But for people to think that you're this devil, you know, and that you got horns growing out of you and whatnot, you know, you start thinking about that, you know. I didn't quite understand a lot of things that were happening because I went from an all-black school to University of Cincinnati where I didn't know what kind of basketball team they had. I just wanted to get an education because in my high school, no one ever mentioned pro basketball. No one ever mentioned playing college basketball. All they talked about was getting an education because they felt, for them, that was a way out of bad money problems, you know, and making your life better, you know, being intelligent, learn to speak and talk to people.
And the last thing, Magic Johnson said, you know, I never knew how good Oscar was till I tried to do it. I think that's your gift and your curse. I think you were so good that unless you try to do the specific things in the specific areas that you did, rebounding, no matter your size, who's under there, shooting, no matter, until you try to do it, I don't know if you can have a true appreciation, because I've tried, and I appreciate it because I could not.
I've always said this, you know, if I ask about this, what do you think about this? You know, people say this, that you weren't that great. I said, I played against some of the greatest guys in the world. Chamberlain, Russell, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Bob Pettit, Frazier's and Dick Barnett's and Dave Beans, et cetera. So I played against the greatest guys in the world. And most of them in the Hall of Fame. I think that playing against these guys gives me a badge of honor, saying that I played against guys that had complete games. They could play defense. Man, they could shoot off the dribble. You know, I mean, and they were real. And you played them 13 times.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes, when you got more teams, 10 times. And that meant a lot. That meant a lot to me. And when I see people on television talk about, oh, this guy couldn't have done this, that, they don't know that. I know this. I could have played against anybody. If I'd played against a Jordan or Kobe or LeBron, I wouldn't take it a personal challenge. I knew what I had to do as a team, as a guard for this team. I knew what our team had to do. I never tried to confront any great player on a personal challenge because that's not the way you play basketball. Basketball is a game of a group of 5 players, and sometimes 3 or 4 on the bench. That's where you get to win it and lose it.
Hello everyone, I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys nice videos, so please subscribe to this page, and please subscribe to my second page. The link to my second page is in the description section. Thank you.